We see in Genesis 1 that God made humans male and female, and the first commandment he gave them was to be fruitful and multiply. He designed and ordained our sex lives, and he wants our sexuality to be expressed in the context of one person of the opposite sex for life in marriage. In the Old Testament, God repeatedly rejects the idea of same-sex activity, and it's not like Jesus did away with this. People sometimes say that Jesus never mentioned it, but in fact he did very explicitly. In Matthew 5, Jesus says, "Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets." Bear in mind that that's the law and the prophets that rejected this practice. "I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. For truly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away, not an iota, not a dot will pass from the law until it is all accomplished. Therefore, whoever relaxes one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdom of heaven." Later on in Matthew 19, when Jesus is asked about divorce, Jesus says the following, "Have you not read that he who created them from the beginning made them male and female, and said, therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." In both of these, Jesus himself affirms that God's design for sexuality is heterosexual and in lifelong union. And what that means is that everything outside of that is sinful. As Romans 1 says, "For this reason God gave them up to dishonourable passions. For their women exchanged natural relations for those that are contrary to nature, and the men likewise gave up natural relations with women and were consumed with passion for one another, men committing shameless acts with men and receiving in themselves the due penalty for their error."